Hey you guys, this is Dr. Investor back again with another video. So the topic today, I'm going to talk about why I like the Section 8 housing program. So the program differs state by state, but the principles are similar. I'm going to talk about the Chicago program. So in Chicago, Section 8 bases the rent based on the number of bedrooms and the zip code of the property. So when you're looking for properties, one thing you want to emphasize is make sure you're buying in what is called a mobility area. These are the more affluent areas of the Chicagoland area, and Section 8 is willing to pay top dollar above market rent to get families within the program in this area. To find a list of what zip codes are in the mobility area, you can either call the Section 8 customer service line, or you can look online on their website and they will let you know. Hey, let me tell you all about how rent payment works within the Section 8 program, specifically in Chicago. So the Chicago Housing Authority, also known as Section 8, will pay anywhere between 100% to 70% of a tenant's rent. So this means that depending on their financial circumstance, they may cover the complete rent for a tenant. But at most, a tenant's not going to be paying more than 50% or 30% of their rent. So as a landlord, that's good news. You're not chasing down tenants every month saying, where's the rent? Where's the rent? When most of it's going to be subsidized by the government, and they send that check or direct deposit every month with no lapses. I know some of you all are wondering, why would the government pay for someone to be in a higher income area and pay even more than market rent? The answer is a lot of these families do not have the means to afford market rent in these areas, and the government's trying to incentivize landlords to allow families to rent in these areas. So what they'll do is they'll pay anywhere from 20 to 50% above market rate to entice landlords to take a family within this program. You guys, I want to debunk this myth that people have about Section 8 families and tenants. A lot of people think just because an individual's Section 8, they're going to be trashing your house, not paying you any rent, have kids running around everywhere. Though this is the case for a small number of families and tenants, this is not the case for the majority of people. A lot of them are similar to you and I. They want to live in a quality house in a safe neighborhood where they can go outside and not have to worry about being harmed, and their kids can be in a safe environment as well. When looking for individuals within the Section 8 program, it's important you look for the Tesla of voucher holders. These individuals are great people, but they just do not have the means to be able to afford market rent in a great neighborhood or buy their own house. These individuals and families will pay you back in many ways. They'll be very pleasant to deal with. They'll pay you on time. They'll take care of the property as your own, and they will stay a very long time. When the key thing in real estate is to minimize the amount of turnover you have. Because each time you have turnover, which is another person moving out of your unit and moving into your unit, that can cost you a lot of money. First, you have to deal with finding a new tenant. Also, you have to repair the property, which can essentially eliminate your cash flow that you had probably for that whole year. I know you all are wondering, if this Section 8 program is so good, why doesn't every landlord use it? It's unfortunately because there's a lot of stereotypes with Section 8 tenants. And yes, I've heard from some landlords who's had Section 8 tenants and had a terrible experience, but their screening process was not great. It's important with whether a Section 8 tenant or a market rate tenant that your screening process be as thorough as possible. And I would say with Section 8 tenants, maybe even a level up, because unfortunately they deal with certain issues and problems that maybe market rate tenants may not be dealing with. It is rare that you see landlords who have properties in what's considered A plus, B plus, or even maybe like C plus neighborhoods, which are pretty good neighborhoods, avoid Section 8 tenants because they have a desirable product in a desirable neighborhood. But the thing is, when you rent to market rate tenants, especially in these more affluent neighborhoods, you may be getting tenants who are on the upward path of mobility. So their income is increasing every year. And if your income is increasing every year, at some point you're going to say to yourself, I'm tired of paying rent to this landlord. I'm just going to buy my own house. And then that puts you in that turnover game I was talking about again. But with Section 8 tenants, those are the type of tenants where if you have a property in a B neighborhood, where they may stay for as long as possible, 20, 30 years, which is something that I love. So guys, this is my first video on why I love the Section 8 program so much. So in future videos, I'm going to talk about how I find tenants, how I list my properties, and my screening process. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. We got more coming to y'all soon. Thank you again for the support. The Dr. Investor is out of here.